Welcome back to the Road to Glory, everybody, and take a look at the legends. That's why we're here this week. It's a tribute to the guys that really helped create this sport years ago. 28 years old at least, that's the minimum age, but they're not over the hill yet.
I'm in the prime of my life right now, and I feel great. The gate start came back like that.
There's a dozen guys that are fast.
In our class, it's a lot more relaxed. I mean, we're having fun. We talk in between races, and, you know, it's a more fun atmosphere. We're not doing it for a living anymore.
Don't let them fool you. Their desire to be the best is still there, although their best days may be behind them.
The competitiveness is still there. These guys are still, even though we all have regular jobs and we're regular people now, we still have that competition. Guys are still throwing elbows, still getting headaches after the race, and it's real competitive.
Because these guys chase you to the finish line. They may be, you know, they may be considered legends of the sport, but there are no way they're going to sit down.
Monday's when I feel it, but right now, it's just adrenaline. I think that's what gets me through it all, and I just constantly going.
I miss the racing. I miss being competitive. You know, it was such a good feeling back when we used to race, and I just really missed it. And I was given the opportunity to do it, so I took it. You know, just came back into this with a kind of, let's see what happens, stay safe so we can go to work on Monday. And we're getting competitive, and the guys can still ride their bikes, so I'm thinking top 5 for this year. I raced a couple races, and we'll do better next year and go for number 1.
The legends, they helped develop the sport, and we're glad to have them back. And you know, Doug, literally, they are the creators in many ways of the modern-day BMX series. And so why bring back the Legend Series? What is this a tribute to?
Well, Dan, what they wanted to do is almost show the roots to the younger generation in the sport. So what they did decide to do was make a scaled-down national circuit, really only the West Coast Nationals out here, because that's where all the pros are from. So when the pros come out to West Coast Nationals, it was almost like a tester series this year to see how, you know, they'd be accepted, how well it would go, and it's been going great so far. Guys like Rupe, you know, and Patterson coming back, the legends, and these guys are loving them. So, I mean, the series is working real well, and I'm sure it's going to be developed a lot better next year.
You know, I think we've found out that if you're a legend, you also have to have a nickname. But they take this very serious, and they are off.
All right, one of the things you want to keep in mind about these guys, I mean, these are the legends of the past, but they haven't been on their bike for a couple of years, so their skills aren't as honed as they used to be. So what they do now is they put them back on a bigger wheel bike, if you can tell against everyone else. These wheels are 24 inches tall instead of 20 inches tall, so they're a little bit more sturdy. Chipres doesn't seem like he's having any kind of problem here. He's got a huge lead on everyone else. And in second spot there is Tracer Finn, a remarkable story in himself. He's been out of the sport for 7 years. He was the Nevada state champ. He comes from Las Vegas, Nevada. He was an international champ. So we've got a lot of good guys in this class there as Chipres takes it home with Finn in there for 2.
And you know what Finn does for his real job, Doug? He's actually the lighting director for the Siegfried and Roy show out there in Las Vegas. He's also in second place in this main event. Chipres finishes in first place, followed by Rupe, Miller, Bartoldus, Patterson, Brown, and Anderson.